Good everyone, Goober here with another progress update. Unfortunately for everyone waiting on crafts, I decided to upgrade my weapons yesterday. So I did have 8,000 flame elementium saved up for that. However, in an effort to farm faster and do it in time mark 8 more efficiently, I attempted to upgrade my weapons. Now I'll show you those at the end of this map. However, the process was mostly okay up until the point where I was trying to get the +3 skills corrosion. I corroded 35 priceless oversights. I've added them to the filter and they're just not dropping. So I can't even save currency that way, which is a bit of a shame. But anywho, 35 failed attempts at about 110 flame elementium per attempt. Was pretty demoralizing yesterday. I did end up with some pretty decent weapons. They're not corroded because that's you corrode a separate item. You don't really want to destroy the one that you're wearing, because there is a chance that it just re-rolls and it re-rolls into a +1, which is not ideal. So I'll show you those in just a second. I think I've found 3 really decent farming strategies. I discovered a bit of a sleeper compass yesterday, which I will be running with every one of my strategies from now on, just because it's so actually insane this season. So, anywho, that's a little bit about where I'm at the moment. The weapons that I crafted were the 2 oversights. So we've got +2. I want that to be +3 all skills. I hit all skills 4 times, but it stayed 2. And then I hit tier 2. I could have swapped those onto a +2 and then swapped them onto something else later. Anyway, 20% movement speed, pretty much whatever. But I hit that about 5 times as well. Whether it was a 1 and a tier 0, I don't know. But anyway, this is a +8 weapon with 11% chance to deal double damage, and my other one is a +8 weapon with 18% chance to deal double damage. Ideally, you would want tier 0, tier 0, and tier 0, tier 0. However, that's what I've got at the moment. So some +8 weapons. I copied that off Marcus. So Marcus has a similar build. However, he is dealing 5 trillion DPS instead. Ultimately, we would upgrade the instruction to a 0.2 second rhythm. It doesn't require instruction, and it just gives you extra damage based on movement speed, which is pretty cool. He also recommends that you use spider tanks, so I'll have to test that out at some point. But these are pretty good for now. So let's just quickly go over and test my damage in drop spirits. So my current DPS in drop spirits, once it ramps up a little bit, should be around about 500. So at 10 seconds, it's 500 billion. I only have a 0.5 second instruction, so it's not a very fast instruction. Looks like about 600, 700 billion max there. Switch to DPS spirits, and it should go a bit higher, maybe 900 billion. The drop spirit DPS spirits have extra chance to deal double damage. That's why you get closer to the the 100%, but I have it on both weapons, so it's not too bad. So about 940 billion, but it's a the low end is much higher than the other one. So that's for bossing. It's not really for mapping, so it's normally just drop spirits for mapping. All right, what are the 3 void charts that I have going at the moment? I have this one, which is based around spawning as many bosses as possible, because bosses can drop compasses, and you get an absolute ton of compasses with this strategy. I have winding keys there just so I can reset when I need to without needing to spend a bit of extra currency. These are coming down a lot in price while people find good strategies. So they're down to 0.8 at the moment, which is pretty cool. So soon it'll be about 50 flame elementium to reset your tree. So it's not that big of a deal. Onto the compasses. This is the chance for your compasses to be upgraded. Ultimately, you want dated compasses to drop, not just rusted. So that helps get the dated. And this one is for bosses, all bosses, not just the map boss, to drop 1 additional compass. And the this is drop quantity for bosses. I wouldn't mind maybe trying these out in time mark 8. I thought maybe they were bosses. I guess bosses have a higher chance to drop maps, but who knows. This is nice. You don't really need it. Maybe just this part of the tree here for chance for it to be upgraded from a fleeting to an eternal, and chance for it to be replicated. This is just extra bosses in the map, but even without these 2 lines here, just with the compass, you get a lot of bosses spawning. It's actually crazy. And finally, cube with 100% chance, and more bosses there with drop quantity for those. Sorry, I said finally, but we do have Nightmare as well with the quant, because Nightmare is just always incredibly good. And I just go with quantity on these, as I don't think these are really worth it. Base affixes maybe if you're tanky. If you're not tanky, don't take this, because you'll just brick maps over and over again. I don't really see the point in that one, because confusion cards aren't that good anymore. Even Hesitate is kind of garbage. I had a Hesitate drop me 14 flame elementum, which is absolutely insane. And you just saw that 12 chest one last season. That would have been 200 flame elementum, but we didn't get even anywhere near that. And chance to not consume compasses. This might be good if you are running dated, as they go for up to 85 flame elementium each, which is crazy. Anyway, what else have we got? We've got Map Rush, which is again compass focused, but everything else focused. Beacons, it's all about sustaining beacons and not requiring any compasses to be used. Good chance for God of War, bit of duration if you're a bit slow, and the drop quantity. That drop quantity, it might be worth just using a compass and the drop 4 points, but we'll have to wait and see how much flame elementum we start making. Standard Nightmare stuff there. And yeah, that one's pretty basic. Bit of Nightmare, bit of God of War, and all of the points are in here, except for Winding. And finally, we have this one, which is Dark Surge, which I'm testing it without these. I haven't had any edicts drop without these, but you get far more juice, because you're not selecting this one, which is 75% less juice. but you do have 6% chance for bosses to spawn. These extra nodes for boss chance is pretty negligible. With all of them, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 0.8% of a chance. It's pretty garbage. I haven't seen them appear in pairs. I haven't had a Nexus drop. I haven't done, days of this. Only a few hours. But it added quite a bit of FE. It's a lot of points though, so is that worth it? I'm not sure. And again, a Turner, just the chance for it to spawn if you don't want to spend the 3 Flame Elementium on the compass. That spawning is sleeper awesome. And yeah, so that is the constellations that I am trialing at the moment. 3 that I'm pretty happy with. If you go to Pro Builds, Quick Loot, I have a few saved here. The Dark Surge one is there. The Compass Map Sustain one is there. And the original no investment one that I shared for the 900 Flame Elementium, which is Flame Sand, chance for God of War and Quant, chance for Cube and Desire Incarnations, a chance for Nightmare with Quant, and yeah, this good stuff. So anyway, it's pretty easy to find, well, I think it's easy to find a pretty reasonable setup to go with. The most expensive dated compasses are Might, and Dark Surge is extremely expensive as well. But it doesn't look like many people are doing Black Sail. I don't enjoy it myself. I don't like the selection process for God of War, God of Hunting. It needs to be updated. But the bases that you get from this are probably still worth a ton. Let's quickly have a look. I haven't looked this season, but generally, since they changed where these bases drop, the cost has skyrocketed. So Aurora rings with plasticity of at least 100. Let's check the 100s first. Okay, only 15. That's actually incredibly reasonable. Let's check the 200s. Yeah. So an eye level 200, eye level 100 Aurora ring base, any base, is at least 900 Flame Elementium, which is kind of crazy. But that's only if you want to go for tier zeros. If you're an Energy Shield base, just go with the max 100s and craft on that. Because you can still get up to tier 1s. You just can't do the Gamba up to tier 0 and remove affixes. So it's a lot harder to get 6 affixes that you want. However, it is far cheaper to buy the base if you want to do it that way. Another question that popped up was, how do I get 6 minions? I'm using Maniacal Army. Once you start hitting for 500 billion, having 3 minions is pretty much pointless. So get rid of Mechanical Mod and go with Maniacal Army. That lets you summon back up to 6 and go from there. Not much else has changed. I only just bought a decent one of these for 92% because I was dying a bit because it was 70% or something. So you just want to be constantly topping up your HP. And yeah, so having a pretty good season so far. I'm enjoying it. My candles could definitely get an upgrade. They're probably pretty reasonably cheap by now. But I'll be doing a craft as soon as I have I've probably got 2000 FE again. Yeah, I do. Nice. I ran out yesterday doing my upgrades, but these farming strategies are pretty solid. I've only run about 6 maps today, and I've got all these compasses. That one's probably worth a bit. Yeah, so pretty good strategy so far. Really happy with it. You just get constant compasses, which are worth a fair bit of currency. Let's use those chests, and then I'll wrap this up so I can get back to making yeah, nice. So I can get back to making farming videos. I guess we'll use that. What was it? It was... Oh, we've got 5 of these. I don't want that one though. I thought it was one of these, wasn't it? What did I just get? Surely it wasn't just 5 of those. Ah, this one. Single draw. Boo. And yeah, I want Anthem. So let's do 5 of these, and then we'll be donezo with the video. 4. Hey, what did we get? Anthem. Nice. I finally got Anthem. Winning. That's pretty sweet. Now I'll change that to someone else, maybe. Or I'll just get more points in Anthem. What are these ones? That one looks cool. Let's go with that. I have no idea what that is, but let's go with it anyway. Anywho, that's all I've got. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support so far this season. It's been amazing. It's my biggest season ever. And I will be putting together a top 3 farming guide with examples of those 3 so far. And I'll refrain from spending my FE and crafting those items for the winners. Thanks for watching. Cheers.